Hello friends, welcome back to Restart UPSC. Now let's start with the 81st question. With reference to Indian economy, consider the following statements. The rate of growth of real gross domestic product has steadily increased in the last decade. See here friends, what is telling? The rate of growth is steadily increasing the two last decade, that means 10 years. See, even if we don't know also, correct? We know that most of the times the growth rate will be in this way. Okay, it will be increasing, but it will be decreasing and increasing. Right? So this statement is wrong. Usually, when we look at the elimination techniques, all these things, most of the people they say that whenever you come across with these words, steadily increasing, okay, it creates a sense of absoluteness that okay, it is an extreme word. So mostly they will ask us to consider these statements to be wrong. Right now, coming to the second statement, you see the gross domestic product at market prices has steadily increased in the last decade. See here, this is the rate of growth. Okay, but the growth is increasing. See, gross domestic product that too at market prices. Right, it is increasing. Just the growth is increasing. That means see, India was some like $1 trillion. Now it is $3 trillion economy. Right, that absolute value, the value is increasing, but the rate of increase of value is not steadily increasing. Okay, I hope you are understanding. So this statement becomes correct. Here, if you see steadily increasing, you may think that okay, both these statements are wrong. But no, this is just is asking about real GDP value. That's it. The value of real GDP. This is increasing. However, right, even see, if you have 10 rupees, it became 11, next 15, next 16. See here, the growth is very less. Here, growth is very high. Growth is very less, but the value itself is increasing, right? So that's what he's asking in this statement, right? So answer is 2. Now, what becomes important? See, we need to focus on this GDP, national income accounting. Of course, UPSC has asked many questions in 2013, 2014 as well, right? We have already discussed that national income accounting it becomes very important, right? So let's go to the second question, 82nd question. The Legislative Council of a state in India can be larger in size than half of the Legislative Assembly of that particular state. No, Legislative Council only it will only be 1/3 of Legislative Assembly, but the minimum value should be at least 40. Okay, minimum value is 40, not half. Right? So first statement is wrong. Okay. Now, coming to the second statement, the governor of a state nominates the chairperson of Legislative Council of that particular state. No, the chairman of Legislative Council is elected by the members itself. Right? So both these statements are wrong. Right? Now, since we have seen the previous papers also how parliament topics it's very important how many questions are coming. The same way, state legislature is also very much important for us. Right? Since he is asking about legislative council here, right? We already seen the strength. It should be minimum 40 and it should not exceed 1/3 of the legislative assembly. Right? And since he is talking about nominations, right? See, 1/3 people are elected by MLAs. Okay. Other 1/3 people are elected by local bodies. Okay. Panchayats and urban local bodies. Right? Again, but here 2/3 is gone. No 1/3 is left. Right? In that 1/3, 1/12 are elected by teachers. Right? Again 1/12 are elected by graduates. Okay. 1/12, 1/12. If you add it becomes 1/6. And other 1/6 is remaining, right? So this becomes the 1/3 value. This 1/6 are nominated by governor. Nominated by governor. Okay, from various fields, right? Like social service, right? Science, art, okay, literature, and one extra thing from Rajya Sabha to Legislative Council is It is cooperative movement. Okay, this is extra. Cooperative movement. Okay, please remember this. UPSC only asks most of the questions from these exceptions only. Right? So that's it from this question, friends. Now let's go to the 83rd question. To uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India is a provision made in. This is very silly question, friends. Correct question. It is present in fundamental duties. Right? So see here, preamble, DPSPs, fundamental rights, fundamental duties. All these things are most important topic, friends. We already know. We have seen many questions repeating in UPSC, prelims, and other state PCS exams as well. Right? So now let's move to the 84th question. Which one of the following is the best description of the term ecosystem? Right? Now let's define ecosystem. What is the definition of ecosystem? It is the interaction between the organisms within its species, right? Interspecies and intraspecies, and also with the environment. Right? Now let's see the options. The community of organisms interacting with one another. This option is partially correct. With one another, interspecies and intraspecies, but environment is missing. Right? See here, UPSC wantedly gave this statement as an option, as first option. Right? By reading this, we see this interacting is given, right? So we will mark A as an answer. Okay. Now let's see the second statement. That part of Earth which is inhabited by living organisms. This is called biosphere. Right? Now a community of organisms together with the environment in which they live. See here, organisms and environment. Right? It is in line with the definition of ecosystem. Right? But the word interaction is not given. But see, community of organisms together with environment. Okay, this indicates that the organisms and environment are living together. So it shows the interaction with not explicit way, but it is this together consists implicitly the interacting as well. So this becomes the appropriate answer. Now let's see the last statement also. The flora and fauna of geographical area. No, this is not the ecosystem. Answer is C. Okay. See here, we need to read NCERTs related to environment, and of course these basics are there in Shankar IAS and PMFIS as well. So we need to revise all those things. I have made some notes of basics and basics of environment. I'll share in the Telegram. It is already there. I'll again repost it. Okay. Now, coming to 85th question. The fundamental object of Panchayati Raj system is to ensure which of the following. See here, fundamental objective. Okay. What is the main reason? Right? If this is not given, the answer would be different. Okay. Now, people's participation in development. Yes, we see if we have only only state legislature and parliament, only few people will be there. Like in a state, mostly 100 or 150 MLA seats will be there, and hardly 10 to 15 MP seats only will be there. But when coming to Panchayat Raj system, because of Gram Sabha, all the voters will be in the Gram Sabha, and in the ward, in the city, urban local bodies also. These councillors, all these people will be there. No, they'll be very much moving closer to the people. So yes, people participation will be there. Now, political accountability. See here, he is asking about fundamental objective of Panchayat Raj system. Why it is purposefully established. See here, political accountability. It is already there even before Panchayat Raj system. Right? We are following parliamentary system of democracy where Lok Sabha is responsible to, sorry, Council of Ministers are responsible to Lok Sabha. It is already there, political accountability. Right? So, this is not the fundamental objective. Democratic decentralization. Yes, this is the fundamental objective. We want to decentralize the administrative system. That's why we have made three-tier system of Panchayat Raj system. Right? Now see, financial mobilization. What is the need of financial mobilization? What is the need of creating Panchayat Raj system? Because only for financial mobilization. It is already done before itself, even before Panchayat Raj system is established. Right? So, even this is not correct. Answer is 1 and 3. If this was not given, yes, Panchayat Raj system does all these things, ensures all these things. But since he has asked fundamental objective, the answer becomes different. Okay. Now, what we have to read? We have to read this Panchayat Raj system, its evolution. Okay, 73rd and 74th amendments, and all the related things. Almost all are covered in Lakshmikant. Now, we have to revise Panchayat Raj system and local government chapter, everything. Now, coming to 86th question. With reference to Indian economy, consider the following. Okay, which of the following is our components of monetary policy? Monetary policy. See, if we are dealing with money, it comes under purview of RBI. If you are dealing with fiscal policy, taxation, okay, public expenditure, it comes under fiscal policy. Okay, now see, bank rate, yes, RBI does this, so it is monetary policy. Open market operations, yes, RBI does this. Right? Now see, public debt and public revenue, these are part of fiscal policy. Right? So your answer is 1 and 2 only. This is very easy question, friends. Okay, basics of economics. Right? You have to revise the economic basics from your whichever source you are following. Okay, there is nothing much to discuss about this question. Now, coming to 87th question. With reference to the inflation in India, which of the following statement is correct? This is also basic economic question, friends. Easy question, nothing much to discuss. Controlling the inflation in India is responsibility of Government of India only. It is not Government of India, it is RBI. Right? Now, Reserve Bank of India has no role in controlling the inflation. It has the greater role, monetary policy committee, inflation targeting. Right? All these things are the dimensions from this inflation topic. We have to read all those things. We have to revise. Now, so this is also wrong. This is also wrong. Decreased money circulation helps in controlling the inflation. Yes. What RBI does when there is inflation, it increases the interest rate so that the money circulation will decrease. The loans become dearer, right? Interest rate will increase. So people try to spend less. Right? So answer is C. Now see, coming to fourth statement. Increased money circulation helps in controlling the inflation. See, if you are not sure with the above two options, you can see that C and D options are opposite to each other. So definitely the answer should be between C and D only. So this way you can eliminate these two options. Right? Of course, this is very basic question. All people will be knowing, but I'm just telling. See, these two options are very counter apart. Right? So answer will be among these two. And see here, increased money circulation helps in controlling inflation. No, because of increased money circulation only inflation occurs. Because there is more money chasing few goods only. That's why the demand of goods increases and the prices gets hiked. Right? Here the answer is C. See here, we have to read the we have to revise all those things which are related to inflation. Right? Types of inflation, inflation targeting, how RBI does, how fiscal policy, how government focuses on regulating the inflation in the larger extent. Right? And monetary policy committee, right? What are the composition, how they are elected. Okay, all these things we have to read. Now coming to 88th question. Consider the following countries. They have given 5 countries. No. Which among the above are nuclear weapon states as recognized by Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, commonly known as Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty? Friends, this question is very big, but simply is asking what are P5 countries. That's it. Because only under this treaty, only P5 countries are recognized as nuclear weapon states, not the other countries. Okay, very simple question, friends. If you understand the basics, okay, it is very easy question. Right, now see, what are P5 countries? Directly is asking P5 countries only. Okay, this is not a complicated question, very easy question. Okay, see, China is a P5 country, France is P5 country, and all other states, all other countries which are given are not P5 countries. So answer is only 1 and 2. Very simple question, friends. Okay. Yes. Now let's go to the 89th question. The ideal of welfare state in Indian Constitution is enshrined in. We know it is enshrined in Article 38 of DPSP. Okay. We have already discussed how all these things are very important. See here, schedules is also given. Right. So schedules also becomes very important. Even this also we have seen in the last video regarding sixth schedule and fifth schedule question has come, right? Even the classical languages question has come. So eighth schedule, it becomes important, right? Now, coming to 90th question. The substitution of steel for wooden plough is in the agriculture production is an example of. See here. What is plough? Plough is an input for the production of agriculture, right? That means it is a part of capital for the agriculture. Now see, let's see the options. Labor augmenting technological progress. Plough is itself an object which is helpful in agriculture. It is not linking with the labor. So A is gone. Now, capital augmenting technological progress. See here. First we had wooden. Now we are upgrading to steel. That means capital augmenting technological progress only, right? From wooden to steel we are going. So answer is B. Now let's see other option also. Capital reducing. See, it's not reducing. We are progressing towards the capital. First we had wooden one. Now we have enhanced that capacity to steel one. Right? So even C is also wrong. Answer is B. Okay, this is also basic question, friends. Nothing much to discuss. We have to read the basis of economics, like what are capital goods, right? What are consumer goods, labor intensive, capital, all those things we need to study, right? Coming to 91st question. There is a parliamentary system of government in India because of. This is simple definition, friends. I've already said a few minutes back, right? Because Council of Ministers is responsible to Lok Sabha. This is the definition of parliamentary democracy. Right? Very simple. Yes, we have to. Again, I'm telling, I'm wanted repeating, friends, not wasting your time. I'm really wanted to repeating. Here we have to read parliamentary system chapter, parliament topic as well. Here since Lok Sabha, parliament, Raj Sabha is mentioned, right? So it all becomes important. Let's revise from Lakshmikant, right? Now coming to 92nd question. H1N1 virus is sometimes mentioned in news with reference to which of the following diseases? Friends, H1N1 is related to swine flu. AIDS is caused by HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. Bird flu is caused by H5N1, right? And dengue, we know it is caused by female Anopheles mosquito, right? So I've already said, no, friends. I'll make a list of diseases, right? See here, water virus diseases, protozoa, bacteria, all those things. We'll make a notes on it. Okay, I'll provide in the Telegram. Now, coming to 93rd question. With reference to biotoilets used by the Indian Railways, consider the following statements. The decomposition of human waste in the biotoilets is initiated by fungal inoculation. See here, everything is correct in this statement except fungal. It is anaerobic bacteria. That means bacteria which thrives even in the absence of oxygen. Okay, so this statement is wrong. Now, ammonia and water vapor are only end products in this decomposition which are released into the atmosphere. See here, if we don't know this statement also, since only is given, yes, we can take the risk. Most of the cases, extreme statements will be wrong, at least from in the 90 to 95% of the cases. Okay, if you don't want to take the risk, you have already attempted some 85 and 90 questions above. So just try to regulate those things. If you are only attempting 60, 70 questions, then you go with this type of elimination techniques. Okay, but if we know about the biotoilets, then this question is a cakewalk, because not ammonia, methane is released, carbon dioxide is released, and water is also released. Okay, these are the byproducts. So this statement is also wrong. Answer is neither one nor two, friends. Okay, see here, this biotoilets are made by DRDO and it is used by Indian Railways. Okay, this program was launched in 2011, right? Okay, and the waste and water, it is recycled. Water is recycled and it is reused in the railways only. Okay, what wastage is coming out of this, right? So that's it, friends. Now let's go to the 94th question. The problem of international liquidity is related to the non-availability of. See here, it's talking about liquidity. See, that means goods and services will be gone, export and surplus will be gone. Here, gold and silver, they are part of bullion market. Of course, they are also liquid assets only. We can convert them very easily. But see, the main important, the crisis of this non-availability of liquidity comes when there are no dollars and other hard currencies. See, balance of payment issues we have seen India has faced in 1991. We used gold, and even after that also we felt the deficiency, right? That's why we had to take loan from IMF, right? It is mainly because of dollars and other hard currencies. Okay, this is also very basic concept, friends. In the external sector of our economic chapter, it will be there. Let's revise from that. Okay, and see here we need to know what are the other hard currencies. Okay, right? And what are the forex compositions? What are all there? What are HDRs? All these things we'll try to revise. Now coming to 95th question. With reference to fuel cells in which hydrogen-rich fuel and oxygen are used to generate electricity, consider the following statements. Dear friends, hydrogen cells and green hydrogen questions are already asked in the recent years, 2024, I think so. What are the byproducts of hydrogen cells? It is the same question. Okay, that one also repeated only from 2015. We feel that hydrogen cells are current based questions, but no, it is already asked in 2015. Same question only. See, if pure hydrogen is used as fuel, the fuel cells emit heat and water as byproducts. This was the exact statement in the recent prelims. Now, fuel cells can be used for powering buildings and not for small devices like laptops. See, it is not used for buildings, it is used for small devices only. The power generation capacity is very less. Right? So that is the limitation of this hydrogen fuel cells. See, they are clean, but their capacity is less. Now, coming to third statement, fuel cells produce electricity in the form of AC. No, friends, it is in the form of DC. We have seen in the 2013 paper, I think so. It has asked about solar cells, right? Solar cells also produce DC, direct current one. Right? So here this statement is also wrong. Answer is no. Right? We know how much important these hydrogen fuels and other non-conventional energy generation. So we have to revise all those chapters, the energy chapters from science and technology, source whichever you are following. Okay, because it is not a current based question, and we should focus on all the other battery cells, biofuels, right? Hydrogen cells, okay, green hydrogen, all these things, and all the hydrogen also it is produced in different types of it. Color codings are given: green hydrogen, brown hydrogen, blue hydrogen, all these things we have to revise, friends. Now coming to 96th question. This is also a very simple question. Kalamkari painting refers to. Here it is hand painted cotton textile in South India. It is in Andhra Pradesh, Srikalahasti. It is very famous. Srikalahasti. It is very famous, and even there is Shiva temple, Lord Shiva temple in Srikalahasti. Okay, answer is A. Now see, paintings becomes important. So we need to revise chapters from Nitin Singhani. Right? See here, painting. This painting chapter will become important. UPSC has asked many questions on painting chapters. Coming to 97th question. Which one of the following best describes the main objective of seed village concept? Okay, let's go with the statements. Encouraging the farmers to use their own farm seeds and discouraging them to buy the seeds from others. Here, since from the farm, if you take the seeds, that means they have already used some seeds, and from their produce they are using these seeds. So the next generation seeds, the productivity is very less. We have already seen in one question related to in the 2013 paper also, right? So this statement is wrong. Now, involving the farmers for training in quality seed production and thereby to make available quality seeds to others at appropriate time and affordable cost. See here friends, it is looking very appropriate, like it best describes the seed village concept. Okay, now see other statements also. Year marking some villages exclusively for the production of certified seeds. No, it is somewhat narrow. No, identifying the entrepreneurs in villages and providing them technology and finance to set up seed companies. This is the main thing. Okay, of course, we are also encouraging farmers to use their own seeds, but we are also training those farmers to produce quality seeds as well. Okay, at appropriate time and affordable cost. Right? Coming to 98th question. There has been a persistent deficit budget year after year. Which of the following actions can be taken by government to reduce deficit? To reduce deficit. Okay, that means we have to either reduce our expenditure or increase the revenue. Now see, reduce the revenue expenditure. Yes, we are reducing the expenditure. Now, introducing new schemes. See, when we are introducing new schemes, that means the government has to spend on those schemes. Right? That means it will increase the deficit. So, 2 is wrong. See, these two options are gone. Now, rationalizing subsidies. Yes, subsidies are what? Government is paying the extra amount. So, when we are rationalizing, that means we are only paying for the sectors which their subsidies are needed. For other things, we are not giving the subsidies. In this way, expenditure reduces. So 3 must be there. Answer is 1 and expanding industries. That means what? Government should establish industries on PSUs. So government first it has to invest, right? So it adds up to the deficit in the at least for 5 to 10 years. After establishing industry, to get into profits, it at least take 10 to 15 years, right? So even fourth statement is also wrong. Answer is 1 and 3, right? So here this is also basic question only, friends. We should know how this deficits works, right? We know expenditure minus revenue is deficit, right? From here we can answer this question, basic question only, friends. Coming to 99th question. Which of the following has been accorded geographical indication status? See friends, these type of questions, if you know, only we have to attempt, or else we should not attempt, friends. Okay, here 1 and 3 are given GA tags, and it is not given for dal bati shurma. So answer is 1 and 3. Okay, so but we cannot leave. At least we should know what are the GA tags given to the recent products or recent anything will be there, no commodities. We have to check in the current affairs, and most important things we need to know, like Tirupati Laddu, Banaras, saris. We have to read, and how GA tag is given, which organization gives it, all those things we have to make note of it, friends. I'll try to make notes and I'll share in the Telegram as well. You people also try to make your own notes. It helps you people, and it also helps in recollection of those things in the examination, and try to complement with your notes with my notes, right? Now, last question for this entire 2015 PYQs, last question for this video as well, right? With the reference to Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency, IREDA, which of the following statements are correct? It is a public limited government company. Yes, it is Mini Ratna company of government. Okay, no, it is a non-banking finance company. Yes, it is registered under the Companies Act, and it is a NBFC also. Okay, it was given Mini Ratna in 2015, friends. Okay, it works under the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Okay, answer is both 1 and 2. Right? Nothing much to explain it here. We have to read about this agency, and nowadays UPSC is focusing more on renewable energies. Even in 2025 also, Surya Muft Ghar Bijli Yojana has been asked. So we have to read all the relative schemes and organizations of new renewable energy. Okay, and all the things which are in current also. Okay, so that's it, friends. That's it for this video. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And if you like the videos, please subscribe to the channel. Please like, please share your valuable feedback. Please comment under this video. And if you feel this channel is worthy, videos are worthy, please share to your friends and family who are preparing for UPSC and other exams. So thank you, friends. Let's meet in the next video of 2016 PYQs. Thank you. Jai Hind.